Make today iconic. What is up, guys? It's Upcome Sports back with another realistic rebuild here on my channel. In this one, we're doing the New Orleans Pelicans, team that I haven't done in a while, and mostly because they're hard to rebuild. They've got a mess going on with their contracts, and they don't got a lot of young players, but they're doing pretty good in this season. If you guys are new, these are the settings I'm going to be using for the super realistic rebuilds. Injuries are going to be on, and also storylines will be added to the draft. I do use trade override. That's just because 2K isn't fair sometimes with the deals, and they ask for too much or too little for players, and I just want to make some fair trades that I think would happen in real life or could happen. But here's the roster. They are 14 and 15 as they stand today. We're going to be using NBA start today, so it'll be accurate for the record. And Anthony Davis will be a free agent in 2 seasons if he declines his player option, but hopefully we can re-sign him before then. Drew Holiday is on a massive contract, but I don't know if he deserves it. He is a very good player. I think he's very underrated, but I don't know if he deserves that kind of contract. Julius Randle's been playing out of his mind this season from being signed from the Lakers. Really good stats from him. Mirotic also playing really nice. But as I said, we are going to be using the storylines for the draft. So if you guys don't know what this is, basically it's going to randomize player ratings and make it more possible for NBA draft busts to happen, or sleepers, like in the second round you can get a superstar, stuff like that. Just makes it more interesting and more realistic. And we are also going to be using a really cool feature by 2K that was just put in, player mentorship. Basically, if you don't know what this is, it's young players are going to be mentored by older players who have a lot of badges, and you can select up to 3 badges they'll work on throughout the year, and they can eventually progress to the level of that badge. Here, Check Diallo is going to be mentored by Anthony Davis, and he has a lot of badges. So here's the rotation for right now. Tim Frazier is going to start at point guard because Elfrid Payton does have a broken pinky, I believe. So he'll be out for a while. And yeah, that's the rotation. I am going to be sending Frank Jackson to the G League, and we'll check out system proficiency and all that. It looks like Alvin Gentry runs pace and space. Not really good for our point guard, but we'll leave it like that for now. And if it doesn't work out, then next year we will change it. So about a month into the season, we already have a huge injury. Anthony Davis, our superstar, goes down. He's going to be out for a while, so that hurts us a lot. I don't think we're going to win a lot of games without Anthony Davis, so our playoff hopes might be done, and we might be in the lottery, possibly even in the top 5 for the draft, so that changes a lot. We might have to go into sort of a rebuild, maybe. So here at the trade deadline, we're going to check out how we're doing, and it's probably not good. 20 and 35, just horrible. We were 14 and 15, if you guys remember, when we started the video, so we've gone on a huge losing streak. Hopefully, something good happens. So it looks like Elfrid Payton is back and healthy. That should help us out a bit. Tim Frazier was not doing good at all, so that should help us out a little bit, but nothing too much. Anthony Davis is still hurt. So we're closing in on the month of March, and Anthony Davis is back, but it might be a little too late. We're already in a huge hole. I would doubt that we're going to get back into the playoff race, and at this point, it would be better to just try to get a lottery pick and lose as many games as possible just to add some talent, because we're not going to do much in the playoffs either way. So for this season, Giannis wins MVP, Luka Doncic Rookie of the Year, Giannis also Defensive Player, and Nick Nurse Coach of the Year for the Raptors. Let's see if anyone made it All-NBA team. Anthony Davis, even with his injury, still gets on the All-NBA third team, averaging 24 and 12 with almost 3 blocks per game. Drew Holiday on the All-Defensive second team. He did get injured there towards the end of the season, so he should be good for next season though. And we'll check out the standings. We were actually really bad, second worst team in the West, right in front of the Suns. And I expected this with Anthony Davis out for so long. So we will have a really good pick. Here are the season stats. Randall with with a solid performance for the rest of the year. Mirotic averaging 16 off the bench. Pretty good numbers from him. Etuan Moore is probably gone. Elfrid Payton, serviceable for a starting point guard. Nothing too special. And Jaleel doing nothing pretty much. So it is going to be a Raptors-Warriors finals as always in the first season on 2K this year. And the Warriors are going to win in 6. Steph Curry, finals MVP. Draft lottery time. Let's see what happens. We're projected the 7th pick. So let's see if we can get lucky here. What? We jumped to the number 1 overall pick. That's insane. This opens up a lot of doors. So here we're going to be making a trade with the Miami Heat that I think makes a lot of sense. Solomon Hill, we just want to get him off the books. He's on a 1-year deal. And they're going to give us Josh Richardson, who's a really good 3-and-D guy. Can do a lot of things on the court. 83 overall. And also the 3rd overall pick. There you guys can see. For the number 1 pick, I think it makes sense for Miami. They need a superstar on this team. Josh Richardson is not a superstar. Very good player, but they can get Zion or RJ Barrett to build around for the future. And I know this doesn't happen typically, but we're going to make another trade. This time to trade down to the 6th pick. 3 picks down to the Hawks. The Hawks have 2 first-round picks, 2 lottery picks, so it doesn't really affect them much. And they need that second guy to pair up with Trae Young. Cameron Reddish is still available at this point in the draft, and I believe Zion Williamson as well. So with the 6th pick in the draft, we are going to take Darius Garland here. It says that he has 90 potential, so hopefully he will stay at that. But anything can happen with these storylines on. And hopefully he's the franchise point guard. And in the 2nd round, we're going to take a shooting guard out of Nevada, Cody Martin. More of a veteran college player, so he can progress into something, but he'll be in the G League for now. And in free agency, we don't have much money since we're going to re-sign Randall and Mirotic. So we're going to sign Patrick Beverley to start at our point guard for now while Darius Garland develops. Pretty good defender, can knock down the 3-ball. So here's the roster after the offseason. Julius Randle, we did re-sign for about 15 mil for 3 seasons. And I feel like that's fair. Josh Richardson still under contract. Mirotic, we did sign for 10-11 mil for 2 seasons. And then Darius Garland did turn out to have 84 potential. So not too great for the 6th pick, but still very good for a point guard. Here's the rotation that we're going to start with. Patrick Beverley is going to start at point guard, not Darius Garland. He's still a very raw prospect, so we'll give him some time to get used to the NBA game. But if Patrick Beverley does get injured, then we'll have to throw him in there. And it's going to take some time, but Cody Martin is going to be in the G League. And system proficiency, we are going to run the triangle for now. It seems like the best fit. So our first injury comes at just before the All-Star break. And it's going to be Patrick Beverley. He's going to be out for 2 to 4 months. So Darius Garland is going to start at point guard. And Frank Jackson is going to get some minutes off the bench. So obviously, Anthony Davis is going to be on the All-Star team. He is going to be on team Giannis. So that's pretty dangerous. Giannis and AD. And we're here at the trade deadline. Let's check out how we're doing. We're actually the number 2 seed right now, right behind the Lakers. And looks like the Warriors kind of fell off. I think Kevin Durant signed with the Kings. So that might be it. But they still should be up there. And yeah, right now we're doing really well, 36 and 18. So we're here in March, and we are going to offer Anthony Davis a contract extension for 3 years and close to 40 mil, approaching 40 mil on the last year. He got to get paid. He's our best player. So Patrick Beverley is fully healed from his injury, and Darius Garland has been playing really solid for a rookie, so we're actually going to leave him as the starter, and Patrick Beverley is going to come off the bench for now. So for this season, LeBron James is going to win the MVP. RJ Barrett on the Heat, Rookie of the Year. Victor Oladipo, Most Improved. And Luke Walton, Coach of the Year for the Lakers. And checking out the teams, Anthony Davis on the All-NBA second team, averaging 25 and 12, along with 2.1 blocks. And let's see if anyone else made a team. Anthony Davis also on the All-Defensive first team. Looks like Drew Holiday did not make an All-Defensive first team. But Darius Garland on the All-Rookie first team, playing really well. Standings, if we check them out, second seed, we did stay as a second seed. We were not able to surpass the Lakers, but still pretty good. A lot of improvement from last season. Remember, we had the #1 overall pick, and now we're the #2 seed. So we'll be playing the Warriors of all teams in the first round. Very tough luck there. But checking out the player stats, Anthony Davis led us in scoring. Randall with another really good season. Drew Holiday also had a good season. Josh Richardson doing a lot of stuff out there. But so here's the Warriors roster. Stephen Curry is still on this team. Kevin Durant is gone, as I mentioned. He's averaging 34 points. And Draymond Green still on this team as well. Klay is actually hurt, so that could have a big impact in this series. So let's get right into this first playoff series for the Pelicans. Game 1, we do win. Game 2, we also win, so we take a 2-0 lead. Game 3, the Warriors win 2-1. Game 4, we win 3-1 now. Can we close it out? We do close it out in 5 games. Anthony Davis with 31 and 19. Randall 24 and 13, a double-double. Drew Holiday play pretty nice. Darius Garland getting the assists out there, 10 assists. Klay Thompson actually managed to drop almost 40 on us, but it wasn't enough. And we're playing the Rockets in the second round, so we'll check out their roster. James Harden is balling right now in the playoffs. Clint Capella they still have. Chris Paul is injured. That's a key piece for them. We should be able to take this series, but we'll see. Game 1, we lose. Game 2, Drew Holiday is injured, but we'll leave him in the rotation. We do win Game 2, 1-1. Game 3, we lose. Game 4, we also lose. Can we make it a series? And we get eliminated in 5 games. Anthony Davis was a beast, but he did decline a little bit in that playoff series. Randall also played pretty nicely. Darius Garland stepped it up in this series, but it just wasn't enough. Josh Richardson needs to score more. And we'll check out the Rockets. James Harden went off in this game, dropping 40. Chris Paul didn't even play. So it is going to be a Celtics Thunder finals, and we'll see what happens here. Probably the Celtics are going to win, and they do end up winning. Kyrie Irving Finals MVP. So we do have Cleveland's pick, and it's at 13. Surprisingly, they almost made the playoffs. It stays there. And we are also going to fire the coach, Alvin Gentry. If you're the #2 seed, you can't lose to a Chris Paul-less Rockets. You just can't do it in 5 games. It wasn't even a series, so we're just not going to have that. We're going to give another coach a chance. And with the 13th pick in the 2020 draft, we're going to take Adrian Murphy out of LaSalle. Shooting guard, 220 pounds. Should be a good prospect, but we'll check out what his potential is at the roster update. And with our pick in the first round, we are going to take Hans Meyer, a point guard from Germany. He'll be overseas for 3 years, so hopefully after those 3 years, he can be a good backup point guard right from the get-go. And in free agency, Andrew Harrison is getting a contract. He did play really solid for us off the bench, 6 points per game in about 12 minutes per game. So we'll pay him $7 million a year, and we'll also sign Shabazz Napier to be our backup point guard. And here, Cheick Diallo is getting an offer from the Lakers. So we're not going to actually match this. I don't think that Cheick Diallo is that important to the team right now. So we're going to let him go and sign Robin Lopez to the minimum. So after the offseason, this is what the roster is looking like. Anthony Davis, Julius Randle, Josh Richardson, Darius Garland getting better, and Adrian Murphy does have 82 potential, as you guys can see, but that'll be nice off the bench for the 13th pick. I feel like that's some good value. So here's the rotation. Darius Garland is a starter, hopefully the franchise point guard. Julius Randle, Anthony Davis, Mirotic will be the sixth man, pretty much the same. And off the bench, we don't really have big men, so hopefully Robin Lopez stays healthy. But system proficiency, we will change it. We do have a new coach, so we will go with balance. I feel like that fits Anthony Davis because he can do a lot of things on the court. So no surprise here, Anthony Davis again is going to be on the All-Star team. And he's going to be on Team Steph this time with LeBron and Kawhi and Ben Simmons. That's a dangerous team against Giannis and Westbrook. But here at the trade deadline, we're going to check out how we're doing. We're actually not doing as good as we were last year. We're 30-24 at the deadline, and we are currently the 5th seed. So we're not doing as well, but still pretty good, and I expect us to get a top 3 seed. So this might not seem like a big injury. Robin Lopez is going to be out for a while, but he was our only backup big man. So now we're kind of in a tough spot. Luckily, the injury was only for a bit, and now Robin Lopez is going to get his 10 minutes per game. Nothing too big. And literally on the last game of the season, Jrue Holiday is going to be out for the season. He's going to miss the playoffs. That is a big injury right there. One of our best defenders and can play offense with the best of them. So he's going to be out, and we don't really have a backup for him. So I guess Andrew Harrison is going to have to start at shooting guard. So for this season, the MVP is Stephen Curry. And LaMelo Ball on the Grizzlies, Rookie of the Year. Cole Anthony on the Spurs. And Anthony Davis was Defensive Player of the Year. So that's pretty good for us. Luke Walton, Coach of the Year. Anthony Davis on the All-NBA first team. Makes sense. He was a beast for us. And it looks like no one else made a team. All defensive team. Anthony Davis, of course. Josh Richardson and Jrue Holiday have not made teams, though, which is kind of surprising. But we were the 3rd seed, so as I said, that's what I expected. And we'll be playing the 6th-seeded Blazers, which we should beat. We should beat them. Anthony Davis was a beast. Julius Randle, another really good season. I don't regret paying him at this point. Jrue Holiday is obviously out. Darius Garland improved from last season. That's what I like to see. So, this is the Blazers roster. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. Pretty much the same team as they currently have. Nurkic. But CJ and Dame have been balling, averaging both over 25 points per game. So, the game plan for this team is we're going to put our best defender on Damian Lillard because he's going to hurt us the most. And we're going to ask him to play tightly on him. Not allow him to get open threes or anything like that. So let's get this series on the way, and we do win game 1. Anthony Davis with 27, and pretty much that's all we needed from him. But game 2, we also win. Julius Randle with a double-double, also Anthony Davis a double-double, 2 steals and a block also from Davis. Damian Lillard was a beast along with CJ McCollum. Game 3, can we take it? We do win game 3, 3-0 now. CJ McCollum and Dame still putting up points, but really their bench not doing much at all. And they don't have really a third option to go to on offense. But Davis again with a double-double. Can we sweep the Blazers? We do end up sweeping the Blazers, which I kind of expected. Damian Lillard had a double-double with assist. And CJ and him really don't have any help, so we'll check out how we did. Anthony Davis again with another double-double. Pretty much a walking double-double. And Mirotic off the bench a double-double as well. So we're playing the Warriors again in the playoffs. This time in the second round. And Klay Thompson looks like he's the only healthy one out of the big three. Draymond Green is injured, so he won't be playing. And Steph Curry, the MVP, is also injured. So that's very good for us. So since Klay Thompson is really the only guy who can hurt us on offense, we're going to double team him on the perimeter. Wherever he goes, we're going to double team Klay. And pretty much Josh Richardson is going to stay on him. And we're going to make life uncomfortable for him. And other guys are going to have to step up, which they don't have. So let's see if we can sweep those Warriors team. Game 1, we do win. Jalen Jones for them, leading them in scoring. Klay Thompson had 7 points on 3 for 11 shooting. And Anthony Davis, again, another double-double. Just expect a double-double every game. Game 2, we do win. Joe Harris led them in scoring. Klay, another tough shooting night. So our game plan seems to be working. And game 3, we do win. We take a 3-0 lead. We have not lost yet in the playoffs. And Klay Thompson, 20 points, but not very effective still. Can we sweep? They do get a game. I don't know how they got a game. Anthony Davis dropped 40 with a double-double, and they still beat us. I don't know how that happens. But Jalen Jones stepping up for the Warriors. Klay Thompson, another pretty bad shooting night for Klay, at least for his standards. Can we win in 5? We do win in 5. Jalen Jones again led them in scoring. Klay just wasn't able to do much. He did average over 20 points, but it was not enough. And again, Anthony Davis being a beast, averaging 30 in the playoffs. So in the conference finals, we're actually playing the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James, the MVP from last season. They also have DeMarcus Cousins, so they have an inside presence now. Brandon Ingram still on this team. Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma all here. And Check Diallo actually signed with them. So let's get right into it in these conference finals. Game 1, the Lakers win. DeMarcus Cousins with 30 and a double-double. LeBron James with 21, 5, and 6. Julius Randle, 24 and 12. Mirotic had a good game. Anthony Davis only had 8 points, not taking enough shots. We can't have that if we're going to win. Game 2, we do win. We tie it up. LeBron James, 7 assists and 4 steals. And DeMarcus Cousins, only 7 points and 13 rebounds. Anthony Davis with a big game, another double-double. Game 3, huge game here. We do win. We take a lead. Anthony Davis with 34 and 9. Harrison with 20 as well as the starter. Julius Randle with a double-double. Very good all-around play from some of our not-so-key guys. LeBron James had a good game. So did Cousins. Kuzma not really stepping up for them. They do tie it up here at 2 apiece. Anthony Davis had 39 and 11. So looks like LeBron had a pretty good game. Check Diallo also with a nice game off the bench. Huge game here. Game 5 to take a lead in the series and probably win it. The Lakers come out 122-92. Not our best showing here. And LeBron with a big game in a clutch moment again. But can we tie it up? We do tie it up. So there will be a game 7 in LA. Anthony Davis, 30 again. Randle with another double-double. And Cousins had a big game for them, but it was not enough. Kuzma still not showing enough. And Brandon Ingram, I have not heard of yet in the series. Game 7 in LA. Can we take it on the road and get to the NBA Finals? It's not looking like a close game, and it looks like the Lakers are actually at a huge advantage. So the Lakers are going to take this one by 15 points. Anthony Davis with a double-double, 22 and 11. But we were just missing that other piece like Jrue Holiday. Who knows if we would have won with Jrue Holiday or not. LeBron was just a beast. We might have lost as well, but it would have been a major help to have Jrue Holiday. So the Lakers and the Celtics are going to go at it. And it looks like the Celtics take a 3-1 lead. And they do win the series. Kyrie Irving over LeBron. Can Anthony Davis take us to the NBA Finals? Is Darius Garland the answer at point guard for this franchise? Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe for some more videos.